Hello, hello. All right. So I got the sound working. Um, Basically, just trying to show us cool background that I got. Um, Hello, hello. All right, cool. So I got the sound working. Basically, just trying to show us cool background that I got. No, I just was going over about the different things that kind of make the Joe Pro. That's kind of got some sound to it here. Yeah, sound, and then I'm gonna get some music playing in the background if that's okay with you. But just going over, so Joe Pro, the name is never meant to be anything like that was supposed to be, pushing any boundaries or anything. It really was just like I wanted I had like all this AI stuff that I was building, right? And it all started with like, the Chat GPT dawning of that type of when it started to be able to beat like SATs and stuff. I started to use it to build like little apps and stuff that I was like trying to build. And it was right around the time like all of these things like culminated. The 11 Labs, I think it was back in 2022. 11 Labs had like voice where you could do your voice and stuff. And I like created this app where it was like a basically my own voice interviewing me for a job that I was going to get. and like or that I have now, and it was like interviewing, and I'm like, this stuff's nuts. So that's what drove me to this sort of thing. Um, and what I'm going to try to do here is pull in. So I'm going to share this right here. We're going to share the audio, but we're going to make me biggie. Maximize. Thanks for watching, whoever is checking it out. I think I get like a couple people, usually from X. There's a few people that come and I appreciate you just watching, and anything that you could mention, that would be I don't know, everything's very helpful. So that's up, right? That's doing his dance. So that's pretty neat. I like that stuff. So you should have. So I don't have to have that reverb in the background. All right. So what I was just going over is that I started JoePro. I was it was off nothing. There was like a GoPro that I had a while back, and it was called JoePro. And basically, I used to do a lot of underwater like footage, and nothing like at all, name worthy, but like used to do a lot of action footage and stuff like that. And so I had the GoPro, lost it in the ocean, it became a thing where it was like JoePro, the GoPro, all of those things. And so I just picked a name. And so I was like, JoePro, that's a good name. I got JoePro AI on X. I was like happy with it. It's a place for all of the things that I was doing in AI to kind of say, hey, like this is some of the stuff. So what I started with was, like a lot of Chat GPT. It's evolved into what it is today. Not any of my doing at all, but it is what it is. It started to use ChatGPT, early on, like pre-DALL-E, back when it was not performing as good as it is as it is. But I started, in the dawn of like creating GPTs. Like I have a billion GPTs. I just like do AI all the time. But I build a lot with it, and I figured, the good thing with AI is like um, like you could do whatever your mind kind of wants to get done, and I feel like it's not being as recognized as it should for the past like 5 years. Basically, it's like the more people can adapt and use AI, which I'm finding out, I think what is really going on is that people are using AI and then they're just not saying they're using AI. Like they're using it for all their shit. And they're just like, I'm not using AI because then it would make them look lazy or something. But yeah, I think it's the opposite. I think it's like a necessity to kind of use it to perfect what you're trying to get perfected. So, if you're an excellent writer, I think it can enhance everybody's like natural abilities, but I think like if you have a natural ability to writing, like no one wants to steal that from you. But for me, like I'm not that great at writing, or getting my like points across very quickly. And I'm a storyteller. Like I kind of elaborate a lot on what I'm talking about. So if I can get the what's going on with this thing? Anyway, if I can get the um, like things presented better, I'm gonna do that. Like some people that knock AI or something. basically what I'm getting at. But yeah, so I want people to get to JoePro AI eventually, right? Like that's kind of the goal. I think that they will like the background, but I think it will also, it has like a hot, and that like a whole bunch of cool stuff that you can learn in AI. What it can do is obviously what? That is not a song that I made. It is a song that I made apparently, but it is not something that I wanted to be just broadcasted everywhere. I'm gonna mark that one. That one's kind of crazy. Sorry for the one person that's been. If you heard all that, I have like the Suno setup. I love Suno, where it is to have like beats and whatnot, but apparently that one had lyrics, and it was very aggressive. So I apologize. And it says don't use vocals. I don't know. We'll see if this one pops out any music or any vocals, but that one just started dropping everything that it could ever get out. That's funny. It was like I have it set so that it just does the styles and excludes the styles so I can get some good beats. And that one just went straight like N words like all over the place. So apologize. But yeah, so I want to get people to JoePro AI. I think this needs evolving so that people and everything could get benefit for. But if you want to start building, I want to build this out so you can do like a tutorial with me, and I'm good at it. I'm not like I'm definitely a professional at this shit. Like it, sorry whoever's listening. I'm definitely very skilled. So if you need any assistance with AI, feel free to ask, and I will give you the best of recommendations. But what this has is, so start building, but you could also come in here and literally launch a sandbox and build whatever you want with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build. So like it basically launches dev systems. And what I want is I want people to be able to build their own apps like legitly and be able to do it in the TypeScript or Python. But like if you look at it now, I could just launch another one. It would be the same, but it's still like it's awesome. Like you'd have this and I'll have an AI assistant. Ideally, like I would get some sort of Claude Code or something based like that, but I don't want to go through Anthropic to go through all of the billing and all of that jazz. So it's got to go through me. I think that's the way to handle it. So that's that part. I mean, this is going to be how people can build. I'll have my like website, for example. It'll be like a template, and someone could just flute out a version of this, and it will have everything they need to develop everything they need in AI. It's what I think this stuff needs is more people to be accepting of it and more people to have it in their hands and using it. I think of a million ideas a day on what, well, maybe that's exaggeration, a million ideas a day. But like I think about a lot, and it's like it could cover a lot of what people pain. They always want something. You could build an app and it could do it. Or not everything's covered by apps, but I bet I can come up with some solutions for some AI help that would be able to give you some insight. So that's my gist. I JoePro, that's the name. I'm sticking with it even more so now that I am basically fighting to have it. Like it was JoePro AI, and then I had to get into the handle market to get JoePro, and that was like a 3-week wait period where people I think could have bid on it, but I outbid or I out maneuvered my way to get JoePro. So that's pretty sweet. And this is where I run in, is that if I want people to come and help themselves to AI and learn about it, I have to get JoePro AI to not be Choice AI one sponsored, but it sponsors. So I got AI, right? Like it'll come here, it'll shoot my site. I got to get that perfected. So all of this stuff is perfected now. Stupidly, all of my backlinks are dead. X just kills the account. Super notice on that. That would have been cool, but I didn't have too much to worry about. I have a decent following. I like the main people I have around, or just the small group of people. I like a lot of these people, but I hard group to get in everybody. You got to talk a lot with people, and it's more about giving X than it is about me doing my own schloopy show here. The JoePro thing. I'm trying, by the way, this name, if anyone was curious, I'm trying to get it so that when you type in JoePro, it's gonna start blowing up all over the place. So it's a little bit of a thing. So this is what I run into, and I don't care for like whatever, dudes. Like, get this and win with it. I want all of these guys to win, right? I don't appreciate things like this. No, it's not true. And the fact that ever since I started JoePro, all of these other ones have to be like getting to the top. Maybe that's a mental thing, but these people did not start blowing up until I started to make a stink about what was going on. So see, like, come on, JoePro. Come on. There's too many things popping up. See? So now, see, I'm like, oh, not even down. So too many people making too many real DJ JoePros. I think some of the JoePros, but I want to be at the top so people come and will basically can find a little bit more about me and a bit more about the AI side of things. Plus, I think I could do better at photography. No joke. I could do better at manipulating. I got freaking Nana Banana on my side. Take any image and make it another image. Let's see if we can just do that. I don't even know if the hair is going to change. We'll see. But yeah, it's like I think that I deserve a little bit of a ranking there, and I don't like it too much that it's getting pushed in the other direction. So that's one thing. So JoePro, that is the name kind of. It'd be nice to maybe like dive away from it all, like get out of JoePro land, because I don't really, again, I don't care for the other JoePros. Like I want them to do success, and looks like this person does great, whatever's. But yeah, no, I'm gonna start seeing how many of these JoePros actually get like the actual like views and stuff like that. You can't do it, but so let's start with this. So if you come to JoePro AI, I want you to be able to chat. So you should be able to, well, one, you got chat down here. You can always talk to the AI assistant. This is going to be a lot better. I think just everything all in general is just going to be better. But you can come in here if you wanted to ask some grokky questions. Make sure this works. I don't even know what it wants. Gork. Anyway, so we got some agents there. We got vision analysis, data analysis. Some of the stuff is more so if people need to explore it, they can. Video generations, this one's going to be pretty cool. I don't really know if I got it this far, but basically with this, which I think people should or could use, is the what I'm doing is I'm just taking Nano Banana and I'm having it incorporate into the keyframing of the videos. Like if you understand with the like art and stuff like that is getimage.ai. It's been number one in my books. Luma has been pretty sick too, but they cut us off. Luma, I love you, but you made me sad that you had to get rid of so many people. But getimage.ai, these guys rock. They are like, I believe like a smaller incorporated entity that does like the image and video gen, and you can train your model, which is pretty cool. I think I got a couple JoePros out there that I could, send, and I made like a character here. But what I was getting at is that for anyone that has video ambitions, I think the way to go is to get the keyframes right and to get the character consistency. Plus, I mean, ultimately, I think the comfy UI is going to be the way to go with all this stuff. You got to have like a maximum flow of consistency and like getting it right. But like you can have if you're making videos, you can have the beginning video, right? And then you can have the end of it. So if you have both of those frames, you can digitally I'm sounding all, you can make them in Nano Banana, right? Like you can make, hey, this is the first frame. Give me what the frame will look like 10 seconds from now, right? It'll make it. Then you say, so like, let's do a test here. Thanks for watching. There's the two people here. So get this guy that I'm doing, and then we'll this image 10 seconds. Sure. Right? Like, right? We get this image and then this image. So I gave a little smoke. Nothing really. I want more. So this is like a kink. We'll also a test of what happens if it does a double. Alright, so that could be 10 seconds in the future, right? So then you will have basically the video that you want. So if you have that, then you just have to get 10 seconds into the future from there, 10 seconds into the future from there, and then just keyframe it. And then working some character consistencies. But there's like, yeah, there's just a beginning there, I think, to a video generator. And this has been broken for me, but we will try to get a I don't know. It's broken on me so far a few times, actually. I'll go about doing what I've been doing. So it breaks on me. But what I have it doing is I wanted to use GPT image 1 just because I think that so far, I mean, you could just use Nano Banana for everything. But that's where's the fun in it. So I wanted GPT image 1 to create it, and then it do the versioning from there. So I'm normally cooking in Windsurf, and then on Claude Code, which I've been doing the Claude Code Masterclass by Alex Finn. If anyone is familiar with Alex, he is pretty good at this stuff. So I've been looking for the next thing to kind of get into to learn a bit more, and I didn't know Claude Code as much in detail. Like I knew Claude Code because I could use it in Windsurf. Like I could just go to my terminal and just hit Claude and Claude Code, and then I could code with my terminal. But going through the masterclass, I learned a lot more about getting in the right there's just different things that you could do with Claude Code to make it work better and make it kind of perform better, as well as like the class kind of shows you the general structure of what you want to do it. So yeah, so let me see something here. Kind of got distracted with that, so I copied that. I've been doing a lot of this under the main website. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it all in one home. So I got to fix Steaksmith too. So I got a bunch of apps out there that are in progress. Nano Banana Works is the prize of my thing, but ultimately I want people to be able to use all this stuff, and I'm gonna fix that. So I basically I got this video. It's gonna do Luma. I'm gonna jump back on ship with Luma and have it generate video consistencies through there. We'll see what we can make. But that is going there for now. What else? So this is like the big things that I've built so far. And then I'll kind of end with like one of the projects that I built, plus like my directions. So you got the dev sandboxes. You can basically go to JoePro AI, launch a Linux system, and build there if you wanted to. It would be a sandbox. I don't think you can do too much damage. You could have one, but I'll eventually, if you were trying to do damage, find out eventually, I guess. But you basically have a sandbox, and you can create your own things there. I'm gonna work on that tonight too. Is I'll have the hopefully like it'll launch into like an AI, so you can work with your dev sandbox, and you can build their app. You can launch your app into some existence. Is the goal. So other than that, we've got Followtronics.com. That one you could just get export your tools. It's an exporting tool for followers for X. So you come here, it will tell you how much it is to export my 845 followers. I always have it roast me, but you could build it. Basically, it'll build a presentation. Sorry, I have a low self thing there. There we go. And then it would check it. So I'm gonna pause my screen there. Go. Then just put in a coupon. Then it just does the exporting. You make a payment at $7.99. I mean, that's just dirt cheap to get an export of your followers. Like, come on. I feel like this stuff is just gold. Like, this stuff is I guess maybe I got the because I built it. I think it's like the coolest. But like, this is stuff when I was beginning in X. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, if anyone's not familiar with watching this, I'm assuming you're on X, so you probably have a little bit of an idea. But like, you can go into your premium and you can go into your analytics, and like, I got people dropping by the day. I've verified I'll like hover around that 500. I'm not too concerned about it, but I know the game is kind of to show what you're doing, but also like I want to contribute to the people that are out there. That's kind of the goal. But yeah, anyway, so trying to find these followers that are dropping off and whatnot. I found a way to do it, and I built the basic part of it, which is getting your follower data, and that will be given to you in any one of those formats here. What you kind of should have, I think. People are following you, you want to know who they are, right? Seems like that is not a big priority sometimes, but I digress. This is a list of all the people following me. You can find out like a lot about like what their follower counts are and stuff like that, so that you can narrow down like, is it a bot, is it not? The more people that do that, the less bots we'll have. But this is the cool part, I think, is the presentations. These are the best. I'm giving it away. I think it's great. I don't know, how whack is JoePro? You could have this and sell it to somebody for $20, guaranteed. Oh, I gotta follow that. LTO. So I'm building, this is another part of, I'm building something on Arweave. So, that kills me. Glad people are making some great content. It's infuriating. Anyway, so that, and we got the exporting of the tool. So let's see what we got here. We got the presentation, which I thought was funny. So you can get like a spoiler alert. We're about euros or 840 followers for the buckle up job. And then it says like, how whack is JoePro? Sounds like something you'd ask after accidentally liking your ex's photo in 2019. But here's what we're actually analyzing. Is the account thriving? Is it not? Like, you can have it do whatever. And then it basically just does it in the way. It shouldn't do this. It shouldn't say. It shouldn't suggest DMing people. I don't think. But yeah, it should give a better analysis. But I mean, it's better than 98% of the ones that are charging you a buttload for presentations. You can get one and charge a buttload for by getting it through me if you want. I think it's a great app. I think it needs to not have Twitter here. Okay. So basically, I go through and I fix my apps, and that's one reason I like Windsurf. It kind of separates things a little bit, so that I can just open up another Windsurf. And then get to the site. So what I've been doing lately is because I've taken the Claude Code 5 coding class and gotten better at Claude Code. I have Claude Code as like a master programmer in a sense, like it's doing a large project, whereas these are all large projects, but I've worked on them and I'm just maintaining them. But yeah, it's like you can see, like I got most of it. There should be. So with my X and Twitter stuff, like I have Grok analyzing everything that is actually related. I honestly like Grok the most usually if I can go to it, but like GPT-5 and stuff, all that into the apps. But for Followtronics, I just have the Grok is the AI that does all the analytics and does the presentation and whatnot. I just have it go through a presentation making platform that is called Gamma that you could use too. It puts together some decent presentations. I was thinking one of the things I'm going to do for one of the sites or one of the apps that I build is that it has like you could have like dark mode, light mode, and then you could have like some other fun type of mode, right? Well, I think I could have it so that Gamma creates new HTML and CSS and all of the files that are needed. Plus I can use Daytona to spin up the like any sort of like apps. Plus then you can use Modal for GPU, and you can have it so that it's light mode, dark mode, and then what do you want this site to look like, and literally transform the site with all of its core details and stuff. I think that's a good way to do it. Anyway, that's Followtronics. That's it. It is reasonably priced. It's a good tool. I used some different ways to get the actual follower count. It's like a mess with the XAPI and all of that. So I was using the $200 API, trying to get different data from that standpoint. And yeah, so there was just a lot of programming that went into the Followtronics. So there's a way that it kind of gets everything and then it puts it together for you so that you can go through it. It has zero effect onto the accounts. I mean, this is public data that's for the that it's grabbing. It's getting the users through like non-invasive means, I guess. But yeah, so that's Followtronics. I have Stakesmith out there. But I guess that's frowned upon NFL betting. Man, I like it. It is broken right now. Everything I'm showing is broken, which maybe. See, this is one we gotta fix. So I'm gonna fix all this stuff live, by the way. So there's games. I think someone's messing with this app. Someone knows about it and like is ever since I like started to tell people about Statesmith, it started to have bugs. So that got to fix and that I'll get back to it. But Statesmith, that is for NFL. The neural salvage. So we'll go to prop racer next. This is the one I built through the course that we're doing, like vibe coding course. I guess it's more like vibe coding loop. And the Quad Code vibe coding class, master class, by Alex. He is going and doing like a prompt eraser as a thing. Sorry, Alex, if that is the secret. But basically, I built a prompt eraser, and you could do have it base. It has 4 simultaneous AI models work for the prompt, and then so it tells you which one's fastest, and it gives you results. So like one of my favorites is the pi, because it's 6.7. So I'm at my limit here. So I'm gonna buy 10 races. I just ended up paying myself right now, just so I didn't put a coupon for this one. I thought I had a coupon for this one. Anyway, I'm putting a coupon out there for this one. Anyone that's interested in the prop racer. But it gave me 10 credits. You can sign up, and it's cheap. It's like $2. You can get races. You get 3 free. But you can go to propracer.vercel.app. It's also at prompracer.joepro.ai. I think. You go to my site, JoePro.ai, and go to prompt racer. That's the way to do. But we could do and you have a little race going. I had to fix this little graphic because they finished too fast. The results, and then see if it goes again. And I want to maybe put some new stuff into this, but I'm going to fix all my other tools first. And this is why I dig Windsurf, because I can just go back to all of them and just have little agents. And I know I can do this through Quad Code, but it gets too messy, I think. And it's just like 4 ideas kind of working together. And then I got my neural salvage over here, which which is one I'll show here. I want to get one by so hopefully neural salvage is working. But I have neural salvage, I think, is new, like a technology that I think is there that is not utilized and is going to be something major, I think, is that you can permanently store certain things on the blockchain, and you could do that. You could pretty much store, from what I'm finding, is that you can store like any media, or you could just store things. So with AR or Arweave, you can store it for 200,000 nodes, and it's for 200 years permanent. So you get a link once you minted it. You get a link to an Arweave link that is going to stay there for 200 years. You have documentation to the NFT. It's supposed to go to the Bazaar, your profile, you're linked to your Ethereum account, but there's a lot of stuff that just gets messed up. So let's see, salvage. What was I in that? Anyway, see, I bounced back and forth too much. So it's not giving full answers either. So one of the things that is a good thing to do, I think, is for us to take notes. So I'm going to take notes on the prompt eraser. Okay, and then oh, sorry guys. It's the prompt eraser. So I'll just have it raise again. So prompt eraser goes and zoom. It is I'm asking the prompt the 98 to 99 decimal in pi. That is 6 and 7. And I could probably be more fun with that, but come on. So we're doing this. Now you just see I'm troubleshooting too much, or troubleshooting and kind of bouncing forward navigation filtering might be too aggressive. Bypass, okay. Sucks because like I had my buddy was looking at this to see if it was, he does a lot of statistics, and now it's broken, so it's like half the measure. I sit here and do a JoePro stream, can't have some of my apps down, but that's what I'm doing. I'm building, I'm trying to get this stuff working. Prompt eraser works for that. Then I have neural salvage, which is minting, so it stores these for 200 years. So what it is right off the initial screen here is you'll have a Firebase gallery. It's centralized, so it's on Firebase, is where you can have, I think I have a limit on it, but an account can have a certain amount that they can have of their images. And when they go to their images, they can do a few things. One of the first steps that I need to, I guess, put into steps. Yeah, to fully. So when we go to neural salvage, so you can get and put any media that you want. You could store for 200 years using neural salvage. So what you got here is you could, at first I did the generate AI description, tags, and title. So it'll give, you know, some things here. I don't want to overcomplicate it by having like user input. I think it's just like asking for, I'll wait for somebody to ask for that if they ever use this. But you have your photo that's in your gallery or your music that you have, and you want to permanently put that out there for 200 years. You go through this process. You can get the generate, you could get all of the tags, all of the different meta tags and things like that, and different color palettes, all the fun of it, the size, and when it was uploaded, and you can generate all that. And then we can go to minting. So when the minting is working, we want to do it on my MetaMask so if you do it on a Wander wallet, you can use Arweave. And if you use Arweave, you can own it completely. By that, I mean you own the NFT when you go through this process 100%. Like you'll own the music, you have the rights to the music, it's all there. The problem is that the wallet that spends the Arweave AR to buy the land that the NFT will sit in for 200 years, that is owned by my wallet. So the company's wallet. So the company owns the land, but it deeds out the land. So when you own your own Wander wallet or Arweave, you can use your own Arweave, and then you own the land plot. But if you own a MetaMask or you don't care, what it is it mints it on Arweave as the person's owner. Like they're the owner, but the Arweave wallet is like the actual wallet. So anyway, the user never has to worry about the ownership of it being not theirs, because everything is written in blockchain. That ownership is clearly theirs. They have the ability to trade it, not me. And that is kind of just the one hiccup that I deal with. But close that. So it's going to get to, I've connected my wallet. So it gives a warning. I don't want anything weird going out there. If something weird does go out there, I'm going to know about it. I'm going to do everything I can to make it so that that person gets in trouble. But basically then it goes through and starts minting. Now this takes a while. It takes a while for it to show up. So it'll be here under my NFT account, wallet account. So it'll be under you, owned by you. It's not showing up yet because it's still minting. You could list it for sale. You'll see that. It's going to show up on this Arweave address for 200 years. It's all recorded and written in blockchain. So this will eventually, it takes about like 15 minutes or so. So now this picture is minted for 200 years. So I put that out there. I can have a link to it that'll never die. And yeah, and it should go into my Bazaar account. This is the part that I can't get to work. It won't show up under my profile. So I gotta figure out how that all works. It's a shame because like I'm minting all this stuff. Like if I look at my NFTs, so these are all yeah. So this got minted under my thing, and it's just waiting for it to be confirmed. But like I made some images and whatnot that are like permanently out there. So if you go to the full resolution, it's at this rest forever, basically. And it is on OpenSea. No listed for sale. I own it. Shows like a ton of tags and shit. Oh, excuse me, a ton of tags and stuff. And you can see like all of the history of it. So most people from the beginning of trying to create this have been trying to scam me. So watch yourself if you're doing stuff with the cryptocurrency and the different things there. Basically, you sign up and you get scammed. My big warning for that is I make your GitHub, just sign up for if you're launching things in Vercel, sign up for Vercel Pro. And if you're using GitHub, use just put your things private. And also, if you don't put it anywhere in the AI or anywhere, make sure that your code is not leaking wallet credentials or things like that, because there's bots that are on GitHub that will scour GitHub and basically look for the keys, and if they find a key, they're going to deduct it from that wallet. Like I got basically like $30 gone, kind of through some different cryptocurrencies that were just like swiped out. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Just to find out that my GitHub was basically lending it out for free. But yeah, so these are all on there. Now my new one will come up here soon. And we'll see. But that is all there. And then what happens is that for the life of that NFT, it's more permanent than I think a lot of others. And it is gonna have a royalty that goes to me, and then a royalty there, the creator gets a share of it too. So there's just a platform royalty that there's a field for it. So I put it as, it was saying that most platforms take like a 4%. There's like, I don't know, platforms that are taking a higher. I was taking 2%. If anyone complains about that, I'll just take it off. I don't really need to make money off of it, other people's things. I just think it's cool to, if you sell it for $100, I'll make it, you know, the $2 off of it. And then if they sell it for another $100, you'll make $3 off of it. I'll make $2 off of it. I think that's but other people, I think, would like the licensing to be different if it was like music licensing, things like that. There's a lot to think about. But this is going to evolve into a whole other thing. I just have secret plans for this. But yeah, it's minting stuff for 200 years. I think it's remarkable technology. It's doing it on Arweave. I just got to get it connected to the Bazaar account. I don't know how to get that. I'll probably work with the guys in the Discords. So it should show up here somewhere, but it's not, and that's just on me. That it doesn't. I'm trying to get it so that it shows up on those accounts so that people can start making their. The biggest thing that I have going for me right now is, let me talk about my blog first. I've been doing my blogs, so it tells you a bit about how, the accounts came about, and tells you how to do the different things that I've been doing. I've also been doing SEO things where I've been yeah, I've been basically blogging out the things that I have so that there's more presence out there, because as I mentioned before, the JoePro name doesn't get recognized, or it gets recognized as Joseph Strata, and the professional thing or anything like that sounds cool. But yeah, basically I want start building AI. I mean, what this means. I'm gonna need to have like a serious list of prompts. I have a lot of my prompts and stuff I build GPTs for. So what I really probably should have is just a GPT or something creating prompts. Yeah, I don't know how I want to play that. But I'm gonna need some sort of prompts. And what I think people need is going to be the big thing is that when you get to my site, you can play with the apps. You could do, your video generating. Let's see. Cat. Okay. Dragon. Brood. Blueberry field. And then try to get my banana Luma. Luma banana. Save that's for that. This is what I'm doing for the. I think it is a good app that could be used. I find that if I build things that I want to build, it doesn't ever. Like I thought that the export tool for X was going to be way more popular than it was. No, I'm taking my name off things. It still doesn't fly. I gotta find the right avenues to. I'm basically living in like app dead world. My apps are just gonna die, but I want them to succeed. I think the one that I want the most is gonna be this. I built a game, but it's a game that you could also use in your restaurants, so that if you or your day to day, basically it goes off of an old game where you are competing for territory. I'll let the imagination uh, find the game, but it is you compete for territory, and it has all the players. I added some music that I think is cool and fitting, but yeah. So where you would start is that you get $500 and you can start your empire. And this is supposed to transfer over, but I've been complaining with Claude Code. So I'll have that work on that. Persistency with music when it goes across. But the game itself, you can go to different territories and you get different days where you can trade and sell produce. And you basically want to try to get your cash to be the most, and then you'd be put up on a leaderboard. You also get advice from co-founders and stuff at a certain point that you can get from basically all 4 or 5 of the AIs. You get different insights from. Um, you can get that, and then you can just jump around to the different towns. You sell. That's the game, and then you can. Going to have a lot more to that game, but basically you're going to generate AI recipes and sell them for profit. Become um, basically build your empire and then battle other chefs and territories and stuff. So where that comes into play with real things is I've put in real pricing. So it should be getting API pricing from the food APIs that I have. You could also use your camera, or you can use an upload of your invoice to get ingredients and different things, which will probably have some recipes and stuff like that. But one of the cool parts is you could use a scan, um, and I have it linked, but you could use the camera and you could scan barcodes. Um, you can scan food where you could take a picture or scan and it should pick up food, and it will do it should like say a banana, it's like got nutrients and it has no allergens. Take a thing like take 5, 10 foods and there's peanuts in it. It's going to say there's peanuts. Don't be careful with anyone with peanut allergy. So it's got great tech behind the camera uses. I have to work on that, but it should be good if anyone wants to go to the Food Empire -ai.vercel.app. They can test that out. It does that. So that's pretty cool. And then it pulls that in, so it'll have you keeping track of your inventory. Um, you can get input, some ingredients that you might have and get a calculator of how much it's going to cost. The waste tracker is going to have what kind of food that you had in your invoices and the things that you're going to have in your pantries and your basically your stock, your inventory, and you're just going to just be able to tell you like what you could use to reduce waste and save hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month and stop wasting food. um, then it is also got a supplier map, which this I'm incorporating into. You could basically find your local grocery stores. I'm going to have it so that you can compete in your areas for territory. And the more people that get the app, the more people that want to play, the more people that they go to their different territories and they different, things. They find like a bargain and they post it. And then it's like people are going to freaking Whole Foods for tomatoes and they don't, who knew why? Because they were a dollar cheaper. And that is because my app. That's what the plan is, for people to get tomatoes cheaper. But yeah, it gives you the gist of like your area, and then you can go about going for, buying stuff, and then um, but also play the game and have fun, and then you can go through setting up your restaurant, and you put in all your details of your restaurant, and you will have a competing restaurant on the game of Empire, that will be competing against other restaurants or other people that are using the app. So that's the plan for that one. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So that's the plan. Let's see if my NFT. So this is permanent now on this location here. I wish it would pop up here. It should. No assets. So that's not there. But if we go back to the neural salvage, we can update this. Now we got my there. It is, if you want, I want to sell it on OpenSea. It's not updated here. What we got to do is you got to go here and you got to refresh the metadata, and it should pop up eventually. But it will come up there, and then I can list this for sale. It's permanent, 200-year NFT. Um, it's supposedly like trying to gauge the pricing of it. It's about $60. Um, and then it's all about what the user wants to expand. But you trade in all of the cryptocurrency using your things on OpenSea. Um, when the if this app, if this ever takes off, what it'll be decentralized and centralized. So the decentralized part is going to be the NFTs. And then the centralized part was going to be the Firebase, where I have all of these things that I think could be NFTs, or they could be possible art pieces or things, and they'll be in my salvage yard, my junkyard, and people could pay a subscription to that to use my Arweave stuff or my, stuff that's permanently stored, but they have like the right to do it. Um, there's a lot of thought there that I think needs to get kind of evened out. But yeah, there's that. So I would like for people to be basically be able to trade between themselves, with their own money. Like they'll pay a subscription, and if they pay, say they pay, $5.99 or whatever you set it for your salvage, you get that directly. And if things go my way, I wouldn't even touch it. But yeah, yeah. So that's that. And then the other things, trying to grow my X account. So if anyone is uh, watching and you don't follow me, maybe hit the follow. That would be nice. And I'm just trying to make my account, kind of do things like this, show where I am with AI. Been taking, some. I take it seriously. I goof around a lot on X, but I do, basically go through all of this stuff, and if I have an idea, I try to build it out. I work with a few people to build out their ideas. I find that to be enjoyable as well. So if anyone has an idea, I'm, you know, um, willing to like basically bounce that idea around, and we can figure out what AI can do. So just go and you can go to the website JoePro AI, and you can go to schedule a 30-minute like consultation type of thing, um, and just pick a day, and I'll make time for it, and we can we can do a stream like this, and we can kind of go over the many things that AI can offer. If anyone is interested in that. Other than that, I mean, just kind of joshing around to the rest of the night. But if you are interested, if you can get into here, I'm going to be probably going and adjusting these. But I am going to take a break here. Just getting a little warm. Need some uh, some air, and yeah, I'm gonna fix the Luma thing, and I'm gonna probably keep streaming because I think the longer the better to kind of get what I'm trying to show um, out there. So thanks for watching. I think got a few people that are somewhat interested um, in this. I'll put back on the music. And if you want, you can go to JoePro AI. You can mess around with the you you could do video generation. That's gonna be up probably tonight. You can talk to Grok if you want. Agents, you can mess around with this. I think I haven't messed with this too much, but you should be able to use the different AI models. I like to stick with Grok, but yeah, you could toy with that. And then Food Empire, if you're interested, signing up and everything, it should be all linked. So if you run into errors, this is like real data stuff, so it's not fully there, but that's the part I'm going to be working on. So that's Cloud Code here. It's going to be crushing that, and then these. Take that off of my. So still no. Try this. Remove. Trying to get rid of with the music, the like it's like a hard metal, like grungy metal that it keeps going to, and I think it's like something with the prompts that are not being done, but right. But if you like any of the music, Suno, just I suggest everybody, if you've not been to suno.com, just go and join an account. Even if I think you get free for a ton of songs, just start making songs. It's the most enjoyable, one of the most enjoyable things AI has come out with. But I'm gonna take a quick break, and let me know if there's anything that anyone would like to touch on. I see there's chat. Usually the chat people, they just tell me that I can get more viewers to places. So yeah, that's about what's going on. So I'm gonna take a pause, and I'll be back. Hey, I'm back. Just not on screen. Just trying to fix this. That shouldn't be. Something else is bugging Steaksmith out. I think it's because I put it out there. From what I've known of my apps, is they don't just break, you know, and this is what like something buggy is happening. What I was saying before is the visualizer is VZX Studio, and there's a creative VZX where you can mess with like building this stuff. Trying to incorporate AI into that, but it's been the tougher of the things that I've tried to get AI incorporated in. That could be a reason. There's Next.js vulnerabilities we need to upgrade. trying to fix this. And Smith. It shouldn't just come right up. There's a problem with Steve Smith. Just joined is it's kind of boring right here. It's just me updating one of the apps that I got, Steaksmith. We were just going over, there's a couple things I want working. I want the video generator, just using Nano Banana, and this is a lie. It's ready to. But yeah, it's gonna, what I was trying to say before is that the Nano Banana and any video generator that can take in keyframes should be able to get at least a bit better consistency if you use Nano Banana to guess the next frame. So what I have it doing is I have GPT image 1 creating these images that are actually just going nowhere right now, but they're creating images, and then it's going to take that image and then create a Nano Banana version of 10 seconds later, so that it can create a fluid Luma video, and then from the Luma video, then it would take 10 seconds later and make it Nano Banana, and kind of keep the motion of the flow. Hopefully, it's just an experiment, really. So that is that. I'm gonna go back to the original site. So this is kind of what the gist of it is. I think it's fun. It is a background that is, I haven't decided. I think I want it to just launch like that, like where it's all like just scattered like that, because like your mouse is effective, but I kind of like it because like it's got different points, so you'll see like shooting stars and stuff. It's kind of cool. So you can start building here if you want to get in touch with me. That will give you access to like we'll do some conferencing. But if you're interested, I'm going to be building out these dev boxes so that you can just come in here. You can, whatever language or whatever app that you're trying to build, you can just start building. It will have AI that is in here, like if you can see through that. It's basically, it launches like a Linux box, and then you can do your different programs and things, run different things in here. It's just like sandbox now, so it doesn't have anything, but seeing if there's anything. So like there's just, yeah, it's got to have permissions and stuff, so that it can access certain things, but or not. But I'm gonna have it so that you could just talk with an AI here and build what you want. So that is going to be cool. You could do it now if you have enough programming knowledge. You could probably launch some things You'd have to like hard code it though. It wouldn't be too much fun just being in those sandboxes. Um, but it does. You could choose which environment you're going to have, and then it will be able to build those. You can go to agents right now, and you can mess with some of the different Grok versions. You could build your own agent. I don't know if this is built far enough, but you could eventually, just go out and do a task that you want, and then connect it to different things. It's all dependent on really what people need and what they want. So that is the Grok agents. Um, uh, this needs to get changed, but you could talk to like a Grok, just the app. Then yeah, I'll probably change up, but that. And then if you want to check out some of the blog stuff, this is um, gonna have all of the different I've done thus far. I'll be creating blogs every day, and yeah, it will be able to, I guess, go through the things that I'm doing. Um, for those not familiar, I'm Joe. Um, just going through the things that I normally would be doing. I'm trying to get this JoePro thing going. Um, if anyone was here before, they heard my spiel. It's like this JoePro thing wasn't supposed to be much. It was just it started JoePro AI. I started the account on X so that I can like show different AI stuff that I'd be doing, and it turned into like an AI account, but it now is just under JoePro, which I'm trying to build that. So just trying to build it so that it gets somewhere. I much enjoy just working with the people that have supported me on here, and they're very enjoyable people to work with, and just enjoyable people. What I found on X, but yeah, it's a tough game to try to get anywhere. I mean, you gotta do some of this stuff that people would be doing. Rich is awesome. So this is really good. I wonder what he's using. But yeah, just trying to build it there. In my JoePro world, I have you could do the dev boxes. My big X exporter is here. You could just take this and you can export your user profiles. Build in some things onto this, I think, to keep track of if you run this like once a month, like it tells you, it extracted last time was yesterday. And the follower count appears unchanged, so like it hasn't really changed much. So it says to check your emails and stuff, but you can then have it create a report, which I had it roast me last time, and it puts together this thing basically, which yeah, it's like a presentation for your whole X, and I had it just roasting me. So yeah, see, fun. So you can have it print out that, and that gets emailed to you. But the cool part to that too is you can get Excel files and things like that. So that's Followtronics. And I have, if you're interested in betting on NFL games or just doing the parlays, this Stakesmith, JoePro AI, it does, right now it's pulling no NFL games, so I'm fixing that. I think it's mainly because I put it out there on Reddit, and I put it out there on a couple different places, so I think people are effing with it, to be honest with you. And I'm trying to fix it right now. So that's that. that will pull. It's pretty awesome too. So if anyone is out there and is just dedicated to um, undermining people, bunch of losers. That's all I gotta say. There's people that cut you down at all like aspects of like doing whatever the heck it is I'm doing. There's just it's annoying how many people would prefer you didn't succeed. So don't let that discourage you. There's way more people that are out there that are miserable and probably want to see other people miserable than there are people that are genuinely happy. That's what I find. So just some food for thought for the 7. People just every corner like trying to take your money. They try to swindle you. They try to get you, and like then there's the few gems in between. But yeah, it's my experience. So going into that, we got neural salvage, which is basically you could store anything for up to 200 years. This right now is all in a gallery on Firebase, so this is not like decentralized. This is just going to be like a salvage yard. If you signed up, anybody signed up, they can just add their media. They can add the things that they want in their salvage yard. For future people would then be able to subscribe to your salvage yard to use your content. But the cool part about this is you could take your content and you could have it minted. So you could take your music, your pictures, your images, your whatever you want, documents, your in theory you could probably take tweets and make this into a whole social media environment. But what it does is it mints it on Arweave and mints it on Polygon. So this is under my NFTs I minted. These are under my wallet. These are all the ones that I did, but if you go to this one, this is one I did today. Full resolution is going to be up at this address for 200 years. What keeps that persistent is it's put on the blockchain across 200,000 nodes. So it's guaranteed for 200 plus years. So it could be there forever. But it's basically at this address. And then I go and I put it out on OpenSea. I listed it as 0.02 WETH. I guess a byproduct of Ethereum. So yeah, I put that out there. And then it has like all of the it's probably one of the most well-documented NFTs that you could do. That I find that would be on the market, at least from my research. You're putting it out there for 200 years. It's permanently minted. It's there. You have it tagged, categorized, described, and basically it's I think more valuable than what a lot of people have. So you can do that with any music, any videos. Just gotta basically pay for the mint, and then it gets minted, and you can see all the transactionals and where it goes and what it does. It's fun, right? So it gives all the details of like who owns it, and it stays in your wallet and your ownership. Arweave, the way it's set up so that the user doesn't have to have a whole lot of dealing with the cryptocurrency, is that like the wallet will pay for the land that the NFTs will stay on for 200 years. You could also use your own AR to do that, so you could put your own AR up, and then you will have a truly 100% minted with your own AR land. But for right now, if you want to get it on Polygon, you have to have the land is owned by the wallet, but the creator owner is you, and then it is on your Ethereum wallet as the owner. Then you can sell. So that is a big app. I think is basically just going to be like the way things are. Then I got this one that is not working. Let's see if I'm pushing. Further than we got before. But there it is, it's just going through, and it's going to create a GPT image 1 of a cat walking a dragon in a blueberry field. It's going to take Nano Banana, it's going to take that, and it's going to put it 10 seconds into the future. This is saying 5 seconds, so 5 seconds into the future, whatever that looks like. It's going to put that as the keyframe for the start and the beginning or the end. Then it's going to take another Nano Banana and make that the end of the next keyframe. Take another Nano Banana, another keyframe, and it's going to tie them all together. Yeah, we'll see if that does anything cool. That is that, and then we want Steaksmith, and then I'm going to call it probably JoePro Night. Again, that name, it was given to a GoPro that I had that I lost in the ocean. Ended up being a name that I had on vacation. I slid the AI on top of it and made an X account. Kind of didn't make it anything, so it didn't fail here. But JoePro, so I put it out there to put AI stuff and go about that. And then found out that there's other JoePros out there that don't like that. So I'm trying to SEO my way to the top. Yeah, there's that. Then prompt eraser, that's a fun one. This is the one I'm doing for. Looks like it's not working. Why is it going there? Coincidence? I think not. So prompt eraser is down right now. Nope, there we go. So we got that. What's going on there? See, something was up. But yeah, we go prompt eraser. We can have it run. I think this is all baloney right now. I don't know. Nah, it was going different speeds, but yeah, it then does that, and then you can do a new race, and you can choose between flagships. Yeah, I got it fixed. Got the prompt eraser, neural salvage, Steaksmith, Followtronics, dev sandboxes, schedule time, apps for fun. Let me close out of some of this. I'm building a game, Food Empire. It's pretty cool. It has the ability to So you can start your empire, which basically it should give you like the ability to trade. This is off of another idea if is familiar with it, but it is you can trade here. But the cool part about it is that it's functional for the game part of it, because that is a game where you can play and you can trade and you get territories and you see who gets the best, and then it's ranked and all that, and it's all stored in Firebase. It just doesn't have any users. It gets live data from food markets. Cool things, you can upload your invoices or use the camera. I think I gotta reset my camera. Reset permissions, so we can do this. But yeah, basically I should be able to pull your camera in, and then I'm doing this on a shadow PC, so it's technically in like Washington. Like it's not really my computer right now. So you can go to this and it will pull up and it'll barcode scan. You can scan your invoice. It will give you your inventory. Then you'll have it extracts the ingredients, names, reviews, extracted accuracy, saves your database, and then you'll have that, and then it also has like waste tracker, so that any of your items are expiring, it'll help save up to a certain amount of waste, so that you're not wasting any food. That's a big issue. Then we have the cooler part is this is going to have now it doesn't, but it's going to have it has all your local markets, so you can just go in and find the best reviews for your local places. But I'm going to have it so that you could take over these territories of your own local like places, and then compete with other people that might have the app. And then you can also get like information, and you could say like, I got tomatoes for real cheap at Trader Joe's. Then yeah, stuff cool like that. So I think it's a pretty cool tech. The scanner should pick up scanner, plus it's going to do food allergens and stuff. So if you take a picture of like 7 things and peanuts are one of them, it'll have peanuts as a cautionary tale of do not eat that if you have a peanut allergy. Then it also has like, you set up a restaurant. So like if you own a restaurant, what the idea is that you'd be able to put your restaurant information in here. You can keep track of your things. You can give this to like new employees so they can get used to like inventory and stuff like that. And you could build like an empire from your restaurant as like you are in the game, and then other restaurants are in the game. So that's kind of the idea. It's got some music here, but I think it's fun. Yep. So that is the food game I'm building. That's going to take a little bit of time to get it all narrowed out, but I got all of the cool, fun features kind of implemented so far. Yeah, I just love building this stuff, and I want other people to learn how to do this stuff, and hopefully I can provide that some sort of outlet for that. I'm not really in a like competition to be a JoePro like extraordinaire. It is the name I picked. I like it a lot, but apparently other people are SEOing their way above the thing. I'm gonna try to push mine to the top. Is that like the goal, right? I don't know. But yeah, I have a blog going now, so that will be able to categorize all this stuff. And then you can go in here. It's not all AI. I put my effort into it. AI just really helps me organize all my stuff into clean, formatted ideas. But yeah, it's all should work. yeah, so that's JoePro AI. That actually works. 200 plus AI tools written. That's some bullshit, Shoney. Anyway, some of this stuff is jargon in there to have it so that it goes high on lists. I don't like that very much. Can we keep? AI does love to put mock data tests, like all this stuff is like must have been guardrailed, well, because it like puts everything in test mode first. I like to get things in production, so it, I'm working with Windsurf here. This is Windsurf. I just have a few different apps that I'm building out. You could work with AI right side by side. Helps have some computer knowledge, but you can get the knowledge by just asking the AI. Yeah, so that's kind of just what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm trying to learn to do the streaming and all this stuff too. I have some things that work and some things that are broken that I'm fixing. This one's probably going to be the one that keeps me tonight because it should pull like boom. No need to sleep. So I can't sleep. But basically, this pulls all the odds of all the different games, gives you good bet. If it pulls everything. Boom. So, Stakesmith is pretty great for games. It will show you the upcoming games. I got to message my friend. Stakesmith is working again. So it sucks that people, I think you should go to stakesmith.joepro.ai if you want to get some statistics on parlays. That is what it gives you. It gives you the ability to save them. You can place bet is what you're going to wager if you were going to wager. The Daytona 10,000, that is something I gotta fix, but it basically does 10,000 iterations of this parlay, and it will, this one does 5,000, so it'll show you like what percentage like will go. It's gonna be the most AI driven parlay creating app out is this right here. I've done extensive, things trying to get this working to perfection. So I have, looks like one last thing, if so to make a parlay, what that's going to be is, as you can see, it's got very low chance of winning, but if you bet $50 on this is how much you can win. It's kind of fun. So that's Stakesmith. It's pretty awesome. I think I have it set up so that you can try for free, and then if you DM me, I can give you VIP access if you're really interested. Yeah, so that one, if I have it still up. leave it on a high note. Snakesmith is working now. If you want, you can do a sneak into neural salvage. Basically, these are all backstage kind of things right now. You could jump in there, neural salvage, start minting things for eternity if you want. You just need to get a wallet that you can mint it to, and you pay in cash. So it's you have $4.99, I think, for a mint. It's not breaking the bank. Then there is Followtronics. That is if you want to export any of your X followers or anybody's X followers. You can do anybody's. You can just put their name in and pay how much it will cost to get that data. It is a good way to try to get rid of bots, get an understanding of fake accounts that are boasting that they are pulling numbers. There's probably in building Followtronics, I've uncovered there's probably a good amount of ways that you could rig the system so that you get genuine followers, if that makes sense. Like, you can get apps and things to run and pull followers in that are genuine followers. There's another account that I have that I'm going to try some of this stuff on, but it's basically, it's not hard, I don't think, for people to pay money just to get followers, and then you can kind of tell where those followers are by pulling the data. So Followtronics.com, that's where you're going to go with anything that you need to export anyone's followers. Your followers there is anyone's. Grok powered. I love using Grok. It is doing the analytics behind that. This creates a gamma report of your choosing. I had mine make fun of me, and basically it does a report that's so yeah, there's all of that. So I'm gonna call it there, but JoePro AI. That is where I'm staking claim. I'm gonna put as much things out there for people to use and experiment with AI at the least amount of cost. It would be great if AI made me a ton of money, but it is proven to be right now more of a tool to expand my ventures into, I don't know, into creativity than it has been for my wallet. I've made money, but I've also spent a lot on tokens. So this is all that kind of output. You could learn some things from it. Anything that anybody needs in AI, like, I love this stuff. Really just looking for opportunities to help people kind of get their stuff moving. I think I can guide enough to get AI incorporated into anybody's like workflow or anybody's, I can build a solution specifically for you, or I could get the right tools that you would need. I've messed with so many tools. I've basically anything that comes out, I try to implement it into something. So instead of just playing with Nano Banana and getting the best prompt that Nano Banana has, and trying to get Nano Banana, everybody on Nano. No, I'm building an app so that you could use Nano Banana, and you could use video creating with Nano Banana. You could take this dev sandbox, spin up a Node.js that will automatically preload Nano Banana on there so that you can create your own app, is what I'm going for. So I think that is above and beyond as far as trying to help out with AI. So I'd love to try to see if myself could expand in the realm. But it is what it is for right now. And feel free, anybody that's supporting or anybody that's just watching this, to come and mess with my stuff here. If it breaks, let me know or don't. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm jamming to right now. Got Claude Code building out the Food Empire. It is reminiscence of a game, if you caught that. But I'm not trying to hide that at all either. That's just, I think, the fun of that game was pretty awesome. And I think that if it came down to it, I would give any production away. It's like I'm trying to build stuff so that people could get real use out of it. And that's my stick. At JoePro, that's where I'm at right now. And if anyone needs any help, I'd be glad to help them. So thanks for checking out the stream. I really appreciate everybody that comes and views it. I'm trying to do a bunch of different stuff, and always feel free to message me if you got any cool ideas. I love to spin up, some ideas and see where they can fly. So, yep, I will catch you all later. I'm probably going to do a stream of video games just because I'm going to play for the rest of my night. And then anybody that's out there and needs support, let me know. I'd love to, share the support and watch, if you have any streams or any help needed, I can get the AI going, trust me. So we can work together if you want to. A pleasure, and thank you for joining.